Happy Halloween.
Happy
Welcome.
Halloween.
Welcome back to the Crypto Project. We're so glad you're here. And if you're seeking financial freedom for yourself, for others, man, you came to the right place. Today, I think it's night. We're going to be talking about just some of our picks of the week. Obviously, we look at that every week. We're going to look at the news, crypto news for the past week, and kind of touch a few other points. Hans, happy
Yeah, I
Halloween.
mean, this weekend has felt like the Twilight Zone for me. My Spartans got a big win this weekend, so I go green on that one. But we had people over all weekend, so I'm with you. I have no idea what time it is. I feel like this weekend's been the one long strewn out day. So I got myself a little glass of wine, sitting here talking crypto with you. So
Yeah, I chainsawed the last 2 days, dropped trees all over the place, and between that, I had a lot of business meetings. Just and some of them were, intense meetings, and really glad to just sit back. End of the day, I'm having a cup of peppermint tea. It's not as good as a glass of wine, but you know, here we go.
but it's better than some of these red bubbles we're seeing.
Oh my
For sure.
gosh. So, I mean, what's happening to the market?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see right here, like three of the biggest is Sandbox, Mana, Decentraland, and then Engine. And those are all really like metaverse plays, if you will, and they're all coming down off of massive pumps.
Let me just show the week.
Right. So
There's the contrast. So
yeah, they're the exact opposite of what you're seeing on the day.
and so market correcting. I think probably people taking profits on some of these projects that have really pumped this week.
Yeah. So I think that's really the main story. It feels like the whole market is just kind of like holding its breath
Yeah.
until it's about ready to explode. Ever since we hit all-time high and then it had this little pullback, it feels like everyone's just trying to get their last little entries before this last leg of the bull run.
Yeah, it feels like it's ready to strike. It's waiting for November, Halloween. I guess maybe some of these colors feel a little more Halloweeny, and the crypto gods have decided to, weigh in.
Yeah, or maybe yeah, the crypto gods realize October is about to end. Everyone's sad, but November is going to be a good month for us.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So just real quick look at total market cap, hanging right at 2.59. Again, our high is somewhere just about 2.7. This chart's showing 2.66, maybe just a hair higher than that. Minus Bitcoin, we're at 155. 155. What is this?
That's the DeFi market cap. Yeah,
There we go.
one more lower, and you're going to get excluding Bitcoin.
There we are.
There you go.
I got really confused there for a minute.
Yeah, I think these are a few new ones that they've added to
That's
main
new.
page.
Normally this would come next. They
Yeah.
changed me. So 1.4944. Again, this is right at kind of you see both between with and without Bitcoin. They're both doing the same thing. Bitcoin's been the leader, kind of leading us down the path. Ethereum following, and then the big caps, and then the small caps is kind of how things tend to run. Here's a DeFi ratio, DeFi ETH ratio. Again, a new chart on here since I looked at it earlier. Even again, market dominance. Here's Bitcoin at 44.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like not a whole. It feels like it's like musical chairs with money right now.
Yeah.
Like it's just going into DeFi, then it's going into gaming, and then it's just kind of hitting the layer ones and all these different little sectors. And I feel like that's why you're seeing the market cap kind of stay pretty close on a tight range.
Yeah, kind of going sideways. So we do want to just kind of jump back here. Again, we've taken, this is real money, our own real money, and we've put $1,000 in, and our idea is to make a play from 1,000 to 2,000, and make a play from 2 to 4, 4 to 8. We've knocked off the first two, and we're working on the third one. Um, Anything to say about that, Hans?
Yeah, I mean, this is just a little time, a little pat on the back, you know, a little kudos to us, but really we want you guys. We're posting these videos. We're going to give weekly updates on these. Sometimes even more frequently as things develop. But tune in, you guys. We're putting in a lot of time into these. Floki's seems like it might be on ready for another leg up, and so maybe we might ride that one. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another double up this week in Floki, but. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. We'll put together a playlist for you guys if you want to just focus in on the 1,000 to 1,000,000 and see how that journey unfolds. But do your own research, of course. But we'd love for you guys to jump in, and maybe even if you want to throw a comment down below if you think you got a project that would be a good candidate for the 1,000 to 1,000,000. We'd love to take a look at it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Here's a chart. I kind of looked at the chart this morning, drew these lines in, and really it's kind of coming to the end of a wedge. It's got to either pop out or pop down. At this point, it's kind of stuck its head out. We'll see how it closes. If it closes outside of this, then that would really indicate a bullish move on Floki's part. Really, Floki, I think some people took some big profits, and then it's just been working its way back up. And I expect, and we've covered this on several videos if you want to go back and look at those, but Floki has really the advertising and everything going into this project. I think today I signed a Floki get listed on Coinbase. What do you call those?
Petition. It's a movement. It's a movement.
There's the word. Yeah, so this is where we're headed. I think Floki's going to continue on the upside. I have very little doubt about that. A little bit less volume than what we had, obviously, as it stormed up and then stormed down. But I think Floki, and if you look on Twitter, Floki is just one of those things that just keeps on giving.
Yeah. And we think it's going to continue to run. We have gotten a few questions from people who watch the show. How to buy this. We'll throw in, there's a how-to video on how to buy Floki. We'll put that in the comments if anyone is interested in getting involved in Floki for sure.
Great. Happy birthday, Bitcoin.
Happy birthday, Bitcoin.
I don't, do you want to sing? Do you have a
I don't think anyone wants me to sing, including you, but especially who's ever watching this video in the future. No one wants me to sing.
I don't even have a candle. I feel like I'm letting Bitcoin down. But the Bitcoin white paper was released 13 years ago today. Satoshi Nakamoto, he wrote at the time, "I've been working on a new electronic cash system that's fully peer-to-peer with no trusted third party." That's how this all began. And we'll tag this in the comments below. What's kind of cool about this is embedded in it is the actual white paper that was written now 13 years ago. So check that out. We just want to at least pause for a second and say happy birthday, Bitcoin.
Happy birthday. What do you think Satoshi thought when he first came up with this concept? Do you think he anticipated what it would become?
I have a sneaky suspicion that he did.
Wow.
I think he's one of those visionaries that really believed in what he put together.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hats off to him. I also think they call it in here that the first block of transactions was mined in January 3rd, 2009, called the Genesis block. How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
No, it's crazy. It's beautiful, crazy. Talk about crazy in sci-fi movies. Plan B, the time traveler.
Yeah, from the future.
from he obviously travels back in time and or ahead into the future. I guess you're right. And he sets these targets. August he nailed, September he nailed. I mean, he's within, I mean, 1,000 or two, depending when the timeout is. So he's nailed October. What he's saying is Bitcoin is going to be at 98K come the end of November. Good news? Bad news? What do you think?
If Bitcoin hits 98K by the end of November or closes at it, we are all going to be. We're going to need shovels for how much money we're all going to be making from crypto.
I love it.
It's going to be unreal.
I want to shovel money.
I do too. I missed out on the previous bull runs. I feel like I just need to experience that parabolic run.
Well, we're getting pieces of it, so let's keep on keeping on.
Yeah, and then this one here is the Phantom Foundation. They did a conference last week, and so the developer conference was held in Dubai, and it was basically kind of like a show and tell, and a lot of pitches of like what you can do on Phantom and why it's good for developers. And if you guys are in the space long enough, you'll start to hear that developers are like the cornerstone of your project. Developers are the people who build things that bring in customers, that bring in token holders. And so the stronger your dev team and the more you have that want to develop on that, the better. So this is awesome that Phantom does this. But they kind of unveiled that they have plans to release a native cryptocurrency exchange for Phantom ecosystem tokens. And so this is going to be run on the Binance Cloud. So it's basically going to be a clone of Binance, which I think is arguably the best user experience, or at least the most familiar exchange for the vast majority of the world. And so that's going to allow them to offer better limit order capabilities, deeper liquidity, just an overall more positive trading experience. I think they're planning for Q4 of 21, so still sometime this year.
Wow.
And then some of the coins they listed was like Boo, which is Spooky Swap, which is like the Uniswap of Phantom, Spirit, Tomb, Ice, Spell. Our guys a Spell, and then Mim, then Yoshi and One Art. So this would be really exciting. I think if they do this and it gets a lot of traction, this could open up the door for a lot of other ecosystems to do the exact same thing and provide way easier access to these projects other than like a DEX.
So they're kind of, instead of trying to create a DEX and create all that, they're just saying we're good at what we do and we're going to let Binance kind of put in place some of their structure so we can both do what we do well.
Kind of, they're leasing it. So it's basically they're leasing the architecture of Binance. Binance isn't running this by any means. All the liquidity, all the capital has to be provided. I think it's Harry Yang maybe is the one who's really leading this effort. So this is going to be a Phantom exchange. It's not going to be owned by Binance, just the underlying tech. The thing is you get people who don't want to get involved because they have to like get a MetaMask wallet and go on a DEX and place an order with slippage and all these things that they're just not comfortable with. Those kind of hurdles go out of the window when you have the Binance model.
Wow. Love it. Love it. Well, this was a big story this week. This CryptoPunk sold for 530, I think it was $529 million. Part of it is just stunning. I mean, I'm maybe admittedly not an art critic.
Have you ever seen something more beautiful than just some pixels like that?
And I'm really trying to wrap my head around 124,457.07 ETH. What? like I would just
may I have some Ethereum.
I would just like to have 57 ETH, much less the rest of this. But what it actually turned out to be was kind of a ruse. It ended up costing whoever did it something like $800, but it was kind of a flash loan of 124,000 ETH, and then it pays for the punk contract, then the punk contract sends it to this address, then that address sends it back to the original address, who repays the loan. Basically, they just kind of spun money in circles. Here it says at the bottom, the transaction cost of 0.19 ETH. How did they get away with that small of gas? That's what I want to know. But
Yeah,
the gas for this was $800.
essentially, yeah. That's what Ethereum has come to. It's terrible in terms of a user experience for people who don't have access to unreal amounts of money. This was basically someone spun together some like this flash loan for a $500 million meme. In the metadata of the transaction, it literally just said looks rare.
Yeah.
It was
That's
incredible.
beautiful. But CryptoPunks are the hottest NFTs on the market. Really, I mean, NFTs is one of these things that if you haven't been paying attention to, you need to pay attention to. One of the things that we hope to be highlighting in the coming weeks, month or so, we have so many things on our plate, and we both would like more time, but time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Cream.
Speaking of flash loans, this one not a meme. This is pretty unfortunate news. Cream was basically exploited. So they are. I'm not going to get into the how this was done because, quite frankly, I don't have my mind around exactly how this happened. But basically, someone saw an exploit on Cream Finance, and they basically got away with, I think, $130 million. So basically, Cream, in order to kind of address this, they suspended all the interactions with the Ethereum version 1 markets. All the tokens were locked from those markets, and they can't be transferred or anything. They did salvage 10 million or so, like 9 million of the 130. But basically, it was how the Oracle plays and the price calculation of a wrappable token, which, if you think I'm speaking like some alien language, I feel it too. But essentially, they were able to exploit how the system worked, and in one transaction, just like pumped the bags of something, and they took a ton of liquidity out of this pool, and basically made off with $130 million.
That's crazy.
So crazy stuff, really scary. And we're not sharing this to cause FUD or to convince you guys not to participate in this stuff, but this is somewhat of a warning sign of things can go south. Nothing's a guarantee. This is a risk that can happen. Cream is doing things the right way. They're working to repay all of the lost funds. They've kind of announced that details are forthcoming. They basically closed everything down and are working on how to fix the problem. So they've responded as best they can. They have asked that the person return the money for a 10% bug bounty. Good luck with that one, but they're working with officials to try and also like what legal action they can take, things like that. So pretty scary. Made a lot of news this week, and it's just unfortunate. Hopefully, not too many people were hurt too much.
No, intense. Well, we all know that if you haven't heard yet, certainly you should have. But Mark Zuckerberg on rebranding to Meta and taking what we've known as Facebook into kind of the metaverse, and probably if you've been listening to the crypto underground, the crypto overground, the crypto universe, you will start to hear this word over and over and over again, metaverse. And really, Zuckerberg really believes that this is absolutely 100% the future. Part of, though, what Zuckerberg is creating is a centralized metaverse. And part of that centralized metaverse is he is certainly going to take full advantage of your information. He's going to take full advantage of your pocketbooks. So he's going to be looking to maximize his benefit as you enter into this metaverse. a lot of the metaverses that we'll be covering in the future weeks are really going to be centered around a decentralized blockchain reality. I think making them much safer and more universally a good experience. What do you think about that, Hans?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Mark Zuckerberg or of Facebook in general. So I not really holding my breath that they're going to do right, but I think that this is only going to eh, bring about making this normal for everyone, bringing the metaverse to not be this weird dystopian like Ready Player One universe. It's more of, oh, like this is just the new Facebook kind of thing, like a just a very natural evolution. What I would be interested hearing from you, not that I'm calling you old, but maybe seasoned. Uh, what do you think about the metaverse? Do you think it's coming? Do you think it's maybe a little bit of kind of overhyped? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm an early adopter generally, and I would say this is absolutely a given that this is going to be part of the reality of our future. I mean, I even as we covered some of the Solana projects like Star Atlas. Star Atlas aims to be like a world where people make money, where they have community, where they really do life in a metaverse reality as opposed to, and part of that's a game, but I think they're thinking bigger. Like this is a metaverse, and I think very much so people who are really prophetically looking into the future saying this is what people are going to want as far as community, and I think Zuckerberg has probably nailed it, and really he's kind of being defensive and offensive at the same time in his play of changing the name to Meta, but I think mostly offensive in that he's looking to capitalize on really our inherent need, desire for community, and I mean he's wrapping it with all kinds of technology, with tech. You're going to be full on in another world as you jump into the meta.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing with the metaverse is going to be how they all like mesh together. Um, I don't think it's going to be like, oh, what metaverse do you partake on? Are you on Facebooks or whatever it is? So those are going to be all able to kind of cross over. It's going to be where do you spend your time at? And so, yeah, I think he's way ahead of the curve than a lot of people right now. I think this is going to be really interesting to see how it develops.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of tech and multiple techs and things he's not even talking about now. This is a fascinating article, and it actually ends with an interview that's another 6 7 pages. So we'll put this in the comments down below, or in the what is it called, the
The show notes.
there
Yeah.
you go. My brain isn't working tonight. I apologize. Too much chainsawing. It's probably not good for you.
Yeah, so this is MasterCard is preparing to announce or has announced that basically any of the thousands of banks or merchants that's on its payment network are going to soon be able to integrate crypto into their products, and they're going to do that through Backed. We did share an article a few weeks ago. I think
Yeah,
maybe you
always.
found that one where they partnered with Google for Google Play to enable Bitcoin for payments. Um, this is I think maybe not as big of it's big news for sure, but maybe not as big of news because this has kind of already happened and people this is almost just catch up for Mastercard. But once again, 2.8 billion Mastercards in use. So think of the possibilities here. And to me, what I think is probably what I'm most excited about is this partnership means that merchants or restaurants or whoever can start to offer or banks rewards in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency instead of like credit card points, instead of miles, whatever it might be. So if you can give me a credit card where I get Bitcoin instead of miles, sign me up. I will be a day one adopter.
There's already one. I just saw it this not this week, last week, I believe, and Yeah, you already is one where you get points in Bitcoin as opposed to anything else.
All right. Well, the rest of the show is yours, Leonard. I'm gonna go sign up for a credit card and
You go.
start
I
maxing
think
out
this
those
is just
points.
a massive on road into the crypto verse. I mean, it's a signal that this is where the earth is headed. And again, uh, I had a couple people this week even ask me, they said, isn't crypto used for criminal activity? Like that's that's two separate people this week came to me and said, why would you like be in there with all the drug lords and the people murdering people? And I'm like, what?
Because I
It's
am one of those people. Don't tell them.
I think MasterCard is just another sign that this is going to become mainstream, maybe faster than we can even imagine. But
Yeah.
if you're here and you're here now, you are way ahead of the curve. And now is the opportunity right now to make money over the next few weeks, months, not financial advice, but particularly for this next cycle. And again, this isn't played out ahead of time. We're going to have to watch it in real time and react to the market as it reacts to the inflow of literally billions, yea, trillions of dollars that are coming into this marketplace.
Yeah. And the one other thing on this one that I thought was just so incredible was one, this move is kind of driven by demand from MasterCard's customers.
Yeah.
These banking services want this because they don't want their customers starting to do business and migrating away from their platform. And they are seeing that this is going to be the standard. This is going to be what their customers demand. And for customer retention, they have to offer it to be competitive. So you can already see these wheels start rolling in motion, and crypto's coming.
It is.
Oh,
Oh, look at
so
that.
oh,
Week
avoid your
five.
eyes. This is no longer a family friendly show. This has gotten real ugly real fast.
Actually, I thought it was going to be a schlatter, but what happened is over the last couple days, Phantom really took a bath and kind of got beat up a little bit,
Yeah,
but not
all-time
enough.
high of 346 this, and it was hit this week. So if you were tailing Leonard and Phantom, you did very well.
Yeah, Phantom. And guys, again, these picks aren't just random things we're throwing at a dartboard. We're doing research behind these. Obviously, if I was to buy into Phantom, and I did some time ago, but we would carry these over time. We're not just looking to make money in a week. Most of these picks, we're looking for timing on them because we're doing this week in, week out. But any of the suggestions that we make along these week by week contests, I would do research and say, you know what, this might be a good place for me to start looking to put some money.
Yeah, and I mean that's the whole point. I mean, one, this is fun. Just a little friendly competition here. Two, it gives us an opportunity to do deep dives and explain these projects and bring visibility of them to you guys. And three, it helps us kind of identify narratives. What's pumping? Is it Bitcoin? Is it Ethereum? Where are we at in that flow of money? And we can kind of try and help you guys with that. Or maybe we're picking these because there's a big upcoming event or something like that. So that's really the thing here. I will say I did do the prices for the slide at one point today, and Dot would have won. I could have stolen it, but you know what? We refreshed it right before the show. It's the right thing to do. Leonard won this one hands down. Dot basically didn't move from 43.25. It went down a little bit, went up a little bit, but pretty stable. I thought Dot was really going to run. I think I'm a week or two early as we get closer to those parachain auctions. I was kind of hoping to catch that wave, but this was definitely well deserved for Leonard. I will say this is maybe the only time you'll see me here or see me say, I'm glad I lost this one. It wouldn't have felt right if Polka Dot won this one.
Well, Polkadot's an amazing project, and I think you're right on with betting on Polkadot, and I haven't looked at the chart, but I would guess this is a good time to begin to start maybe taking dollar cost averaging into a position before once this auction happens. I think Polkadot's going to go crazy, particularly some of its projects that kind of win the auction. Those, I think it's 5 projects that kind of get the nod. Those projects in particular are going to go crazy, and we're going to hopefully take a look at some of those in the coming days. So what do you say for this week?
Well,
What say it now?
the winner has to go first. I've gone first the last 2 weeks because I won 2 weeks in a row. And so no, I'm not going first. You're gonna have to pick this one.
All right. Um, I have my short list here, and I had some really good ideas, and we'll see if they come to fruition. I'm kind of feeling being a little degen this week. I think I'm going to go with XDC Network.
Oh, what is XDC network?
Well, we'll probably have a video coming out this week that'll give us a little insight. But it actually is a good project. I've been part of it for probably about 4 months, and I think it's ripe to kind of make a power move in the coming, hopefully the coming week.
Okay.
How about you? What sayeth thou?
Uh, okay. So I was sitting here. I was looking. The tough thing is we're working on a week time frame here, and so it's trying to time that wave just right. And I was looking at Matic, but Matic looks like it just kind of just made a higher high, and I could see it retracing to like the $50-60 range maybe, or so I'm not going to go Matic. I'm going to go with Solana, not degen whatsoever. But basically Solana just went, and I think it touched an all-time high recently. And basically it looks like it's consolidating. So I'm hoping that Solana is going to really break that upper resistance, kind of right around the 220 range, and we're going to just see a nice, really heavy run up for us.
Yep, that's good pick. Solana's solid project. I'd love to see some more wins for Solana.
Yeah.
Truth be
So
told, what's in my gut is Floki. I really think Floki's going to bust, but I feel like we have a lot of Floki talk around here, so we're going to start looking to some of these other projects. But I think whatever we do, I just will say this: I think whatever we combine do in return, I bet Floki outdoes both of our return. I'm just going to say that.
I do not disagree with you. I'm with you. I mean, can you ever have enough really cute like Viking dogs? Probably
No,
not.
no. Let's
But I almost consider running it back with Dot and just kind of pulling a Leonard and just picking the same project every week. But for
every week.
for the viewers' sake, I'm gonna change it up. I went with Solana.
3-2. Sorry.
Whoa.
Coming soon.
To
So
a YouTube
there
channel
has
near
been
you.
great anticipation. I think one of the best videos we've done collectively is Hans part 1 on his spell video. It was amazing. If you haven't looked at it, you need to go look at it. It really kind of opens up this whole ecosystem of spell, abracadabra, mim, and just the words themselves are amazing. It's
Yeah,
really good.
free money. It's basically free money. Well, you do have to pay it back, but it's a great way to leverage up your position without being too degenerate and taking on too much risk.
And any comments on when you
Yeah.
think that's gonna be in our hands?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
maybe tease it a little bit here, but this part 2 is coming. It'll be out tomorrow morning with a little coffee and crypto. Get a cup of coffee, turn on those notifications here, and start your day off right with a little how to on spell and mim and the abracadabra basically money, kind of that process. I did a step-by-step video for you guys just so you can see exactly how to do it. This is a amazing opportunity for this next little period here, and it allows you to not have to close positions, to not have those taxable events, to get utility and free up some capital so you can take advantage of that. So that should be out tomorrow morning. And
Really looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing.
yeah.
Crypto and coffee.
Yeah.
I love it.
Full disclosure, I had to tape it a few times because I wanted to make sure I got it right for you guys. And so by this time, I feel almost maybe not quite an expert, but I feel like I finally understand it.
That's beautiful. And then next, obviously, the 1,000 to million update. We're going to try to do these every week, unless there's just nothing happening. But I expect that we may. I'm going to just throw out there we're going to have another double by the end of this week. I think Floki's going to be on a tear. I don't know when it's going to stop. That's what, because my impulse is like to show other projects but sometimes when you have a winning horse, you want to. Oh, that just hurt right there. I said horse, and anyway, when you have a winning horse, you just let that thing run. And right now, I think Floki's going to run for a little bit. Phantom Deep Dive again. I've been working on this. I need to get it finalized and put together, but this will be this week as well. I'm looking forward to it. Phantom is just such a fun project. You guys are going to really love this.
I'm really looking forward to this deep dive. I think Phantom has so much potential, and it's one I definitely would love to learn more about.
So Crypto 101, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, we have our vision for the Crypto 101 series is to essentially, for people who are brand new to crypto, walk you through the key building blocks of how you really get involved in crypto. So what is blockchain, how to sign up for certain accounts at certain places like a Coinbase or a Binance, then how to get your MetaMask wallet, how to do trades on PancakeSwap, Uniswap, Trader Joe, whatever those are. And so these are going to be a little bit more elementary level videos, but we really believe that there's so many new people coming into this space right now, not even close to the majority are going to be seasoned vets. And so we really want to make sure we put out content that helps everyone learn the basics. Right. And so that's kind of be what these are. They're going to be coming out. They're not all going to be done this week necessarily, but they're going to be part of like a reoccurring series that we're going to do, sprinkle in that content with other stuff that we're working on.
Yep. Polkadot parachain picks, massive. We've got November 11th is when the auction and the launch of. They're going to pick 5 projects, right. and really what we're hoping to do, and we've got some ideas. We have some more research to do for sure, but really we want to give you a range of 5 to maybe 8 projects that have a good shot at getting on that list, so that we can start. All of us. I'm one of us. Start investing in some of these projects, maybe sprinkle some money and kind of see what happens. And then as they pick up, I think these projects are going to explode, and they would be not financial advice, but a great place for somebody, myself, to park some money and watch it grow.
Yeah. And what if you guys have DOT currently, whatever you do not sell it. Obviously, no promises, do your own research, but DOT is going to be used for these parachain auctions. So there's going to be a strong use case for DOT. It is going to be doing really well. So I would highly recommend you're not moving your money that's already in DOT to something else, especially with this kind of on the horizon. It's going to be really exciting.
Yep. And finally, we've got a litany of possibilities as far as things that we want to start giving away. But really, truth be told, we came into this, Hans and I together, just really as kind of a passion project. Passion, yay, fun. We love talking about crypto. we found ourselves talking about crypto to all kinds of people every day. And I think just to kind of give some of those people a break, we thought maybe it would be good for us to have some kind of an outlet. What we found is that we love doing this and we want to keep doing this. So part of that is we need people to come alongside us so that we can keep building kind of these libraries of content that are hopefully going to be super useful for people to not only onboard onto the space, but also continue to grow and learn and not financial advice, but be able to make some money as well. Life-changing money. Financial freedom is really what we believe.
Yeah. I mean, become part of the Freedom Tribe.
There you
That's
go.
all I want. So,
Do you have
yeah,
anything
no,
else to say about that?
yeah, I mean, just to hammer home that point, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you turn on those notifications, get engaged, drop a comment, follow us on Twitter, you guys. We want to grow a community here. This isn't for our benefit. This is, like Leonard said, a passion project. This is fun for us. But we really have a passion to help others grow through crypto. And so that only works if you guys start engaging and we start to develop that community. And so that's really where our heart lies. We really hope you guys are enjoying the content so far and get on the bus. We're going.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride. Again, just want to invite you guys to, whoa.
I'm now having a seizure.
Whoa. Here's some of the places you can connect with us with Facebook and Twitter is probably right now our primary place that we're connecting. But subscribe, like, we would love to hear your comments. We'd love to engage with you. We're starting to get more and more questions, and we're loving the interaction. Man, we love that we get to do this. We're thankful for you guys who made it all the way to the end of the video. We applaud you, and with you we say happy birthday, Bitcoin, happy Halloween. You guys be blessed and have an awesome night.